Here, let me ask you this: do you think this guy is going to be back in time for training camp?
Oh yeah.
Everybody else is fucking freaking out. This whole
Calm
like
down.
Habs Nation, you guys are
Well, there's a
losing
lot
your
of
minds for
rumors that
fucking nothing.
Well, there's a lot of rumors where teams might throw in that offer sheet, and
But they're gonna throw in what, a $10 million offer sheet? You know how many first round draft picks they're gonna have to give up? Are teams willing to go that far?
so wait, how does that work? I forgot how the offer sheet works. So let's say Pittsburgh offers him a $10 million offer sheet, and
which they can't. But
I'm just hypothetically just shooting out Pittsburgh. I don't know why. Just came out of my mind.
I think over $10 million. Like I'll search this up real quick as we're talking. But over if you're giving an offer sheet, a restricted free agent offer sheet over $10 million, I think you have to give up 4 first round picks to the best of my memory.
If so, let's say Montreal accepts it and signs Caufield for $10 million, they win an extra 4 picks.
No. That's if the Canadians do not match the contract.
Oh, okay. So
he goes to Pittsburgh, and then Pittsburgh has to give four.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No,
like the $8 million to my memory. Like when the Canadians offer sheeted Aho, it was 2 first round picks, a second, and I think a third.
I think it was a first, second, and third. I remember it being 1, 1, and 1.
Okay, it very well could be, but I don't think teams are that crazy to go that far. Like I really don't think so.
No, even Darren Dreger openly said it. He said there are no rumblings of a team stupid enough to offer Cole Caufield an offer sheet. And the other thing that he explicitly said is says the Canadians are going to match it. Like I don't think, again, I know people fucking want their cake and to eat it at the same time, and I know, in other words, they want their the contract. Like I know there's some sour feelings about like what happened to KK and going off to Carolina. This is not the same situation.
No, I don't
the Montreal Canadiens understand what Caufield is worth. He's going to get signed. Let them iron out the freaking details. It seems as though Kent Hughes really knows what he's doing. He's done this for a living all the way up until becoming a general manager. Just let them fine tune the small details that are going to take days, weeks, maybe another month to hammer out. But when you have the owner of the Montreal Canadiens saying, "I'm not too worried," when you have Martin St. Louis going on the Spitting Chicklets podcast and talking about what he plans to be doing with Caufield, do you really think that it's a threat? Like, patience. We don't want to end up with another shitty contract. We don't want another shitty contract. Just let them fucking get the proper details, the proper things negotiated, so that the Montreal Canadiens are not in another fucking situation of having another bad contract.
No, for real.
That's all.
Like you people need to calm down. I don't care. I'll say you people. I don't give a fuck. Right now, what do you think Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon are concentrating on? What's coming up in 3 weeks?
The draft.
Yeah, the draft.
The draft, exactly.
Like, yeah, but okay. Can we add another element to it? Can we add another element?
People need to relax with this Cole Caufield situation. Go add. What's that element?
Like the other element is this is the off season. This is the only time that they truly have to be with their families, to not be on the road, to not be going everywhere either. Not even mentioning the draft, not even mentioning the planning for free agency and what kind of money they have to allocate to different free agents and which ones they could be targeting. They're human beings. It's their off season. Are we bothering fucking teachers when they have their fucking three months off in the summer? Like, they're only human. That's a part of the fucking reality. Let them be. They might be working at a slower pace. It's beautiful. You guys, everybody here in Montreal knows what kind of week that we had. They're not going to be in the office 8 hours a day, even if they're paid better than nearly everybody.
They're
the
scouting.
reality is they're human beings. Let them be.
But they're also they've been scouting like crazy, like especially the combine is coming up. I think this Sunday. I just read. Like, I'm sorry, you're not going to hear a Cole Caufield extension news. Like listen, everybody wants it to happen right now during the Stanley Cup playoffs. Are you people fucking serious? Like, can you wait till there's a champion that's named first? Mm-hmm. Like, hold on a sec here. Like, what's the rush? Yeah. There's no rush here. Like, if it happens between the Stanley Cup like finals, like once we know who the winner is, if it happens between that and the draft, great. If it doesn't, it's gonna happen after the draft. Calm the fuck down, people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
serious. It's going to happen. You're not gonna fucking let a potential 30, 40, maybe even 50 goal scorer just go away like that. Like, it's not gonna happen. And here, I found the info for the offer sheet and what you get in return. Okay, so look, let's think over here. Okay, so when the Canadians offered Sebastian Aho $8 million, if Carolina did not match, it would have been a first, a second, and a third. You're right, Chris. I had over $8,580. It's two firsts, a second, and a third. Over 10.725 million, it's 4 first-round picks. Like, I don't think teams are gonna look to give up 2 first-round picks, a second, and a third, let alone are ready to give up 4 first-round picks. Like, you better, if you do that, you better, like, adding Caufield to your lineup, you better be winning at least 3 Stanley Cups within those 4 years.
Yep.
But
Agreed.
but you know, I listen to a lot of other podcasts, and one of them is Tony Marinaro's the Sick podcast, and like he had Eric Engels many times, and other sports sport experts, yeah, the store, yeah, the sports analysts are saying they're like Eric Engels thinks like there's no rush, like there's no rush, but some are saying, well, you know, clearly Pat Brisson and Kent Hughes aren't really seeing eye to eye. Some are saying, well, it's just ironing out the details. They probably have an agreement. They're just working on the terms. Some are saying, you know, it seems to be confirmed that the Canadians want to offer him 8 years. Some are saying that no, Caufield wants 4 to 5 year bridge deal. And I could kind of understand that point. And like, this is like some of these agents are good. Like they take care of everything. And like, I don't know. I still feel like they take somewhat advantage of these kids. I think they could find a way to like kind of brainwash and be like, no, you are worth this much. I'm gonna fight for you to get this much. Whereas if they were to ask Caufield, hey, look, are you willing to sign $8 million for 8 years or 7 million? Like, but you're gonna play with Suzuki. We're gonna build you with Suzuki, with these guys. I'm sure Caufield would have said yes. But I think this is more Pat Brisson's doing. That's just my opinion. I have no facts. I'm just going based on gut feel here. But I think Pat Brisson's like, no, you give us $5 million for, let's say, $7 million. 5 years for $7 million. Sorry. But if Caufield scores 30, 40, and 1 to 50 goals, the next contract he's gonna ask for as an RFA, he's probably gonna ask for 10 million plus. So I think that's the not the gamble that Pat Brisson's doing, but I think that's kind of the game that Pat Brisson's trying to play. And Kent Hughes, like Chris said, he did this as a living. He built a fucking NHL agency. I don't know. I can't see him making that much more than Nick Suzuki. I'm serious.
Thank you. Because the one thing that I would say, Suzuki's at what, 7.87 million,
Yeah,
something like that.
Well, look here.
I'm comfortable with Caufield making 8 million flat a year. I'm even comfortable with Caufield getting up to 8.25 million a year. You have to pay for goal scoring in this league. Caufield fucking brings it when it comes time for playoffs. Cat is coming into the room. Oh,
That's
sorry,
creepy.
the room. Yeah, no goals.
I was looking at Mike.
If it wasn't a cat, like I'd be like, what the fuck? You just see like a fucking face that's just.
But no, all I'm gonna say,
absolutely.
Like, yeah. I don't think Nick Suzuki is going to be looking at it and going, "I'm the captain. I deserve more. I should be making more than anybody on the team." I think that Suzuki and Caufield are like this. They're well, for people listening to the podcast, my fingers are twisted together. They're very close to one another. I don't think there's going to be any jealousy. I think if anything, Nick Suzuki would like Cole Caufield to be locked up so that they could play together for the years to come to finish off their contracts at the very least. But like again, I think with what you said, Sammy, I think Kent Hughes is just doing his due diligence. And look at it this way: if they forecast Caufield to be able to, he's so young. I know he's super, super young, but do you want to lock him up for as long as possible right away? I think they're just doing their due diligence to say what's going to be. Is the salary cap going to be going up significantly in the coming years? Do I think Cole Caufield is going to sustain the same level of performance? Is he a player that could be injury prone? Are we going to find ways to put money into bonuses as a goal scorer? You score 30 goals, you get this much of a bonus. You score 40 goals, you get this much of a bonus. You get 50 goals.
Performance
There's all
bonuses too,
sorts of
for sure.
creative things that could be going into this. And then, like you said, combine, draft, free agency. We don't even know whether or not we're going to have the 31st or 32nd pick. Are we going to be moving that? There are so many moving parts. Like I said, if they have the basis of the next contract for Caufield, don't worry. Deep breath. It's going to come. They know his value.
Patience.
They know his importance. Patience, please, Montreal and Montreal fans.
If let's say Marc Bergevin was still the GM, do you
He
think
would have signed him in 30 years already? Caufield, you're just 30 years.